All right, folks, we are back. And with that, good morning, Cyber Traders. All of us inside our live trading room here. Egan, Phil, Sam, Ray, Grant, Michael, John, and all of us just before chatting before and just inside our live trading room. Great to have you back. Great to have all of us back on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. Folks, today is Tuesday. What does Tuesday equate to inside our live trading room? What do typically we do on Tuesdays here in Cyber Group? Traders Talk, right? And TT, actually triple T, Traders Talk Tuesday. So with that, at 11 o'clock Eastern time, just for any of our students like Ray and Phil and Michael, you folks certainly know at this point, but as a trial member joining us here, it's incredibly important to be inside our live trading room every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. So that's going to be our live workshop, Traders Talk. It's a live Q&A workshop I host inside the trading room, as we had said. So any questions that you have, feel free to shoot me over a quick email. I'm typing in my email address right there to all of us live right now. And then, hey, if you're just on social, just be a friend, tell a friend. Just join us inside our live trading room for that. And you as well could take part and send over any trades or questions right over to my email address. There we go. All right, so tagging in for Fausto once again this morning. He'll be back tomorrow, I believe. He's just commuting back from Florida. He was in a big presentation with Tom Busby and DTI, so I know he's looking to get back into his saddle here tomorrow. But for right now, a couple of really good trades to start off the pre-market. And in fact, for Traders Talk later on this morning, I already had an email that was sent in from a student looking to learn more about pre-market trading. So, hey, Hoth is like the perfect trade. I ended up getting my teeth into this trade early, and since it's been a really good push, I ended up just leaving a little money on the table just before. It got out right before this meeting started to just take the money and run. But with that said, the more times it knocks its head on that resistance off of 350, you'd be led to believe it can make the better move or the bigger move shortly after. Obviously, with doing this meeting and juggling a few bowling pins in the air, I've come to accept that I'm going to leave money on the table, and that's a good problem to have, if anything. But just before, ended up teasing 350 here at first. This is where I started to scale out, and then just it made the higher high. I took the last exit above 350, and from there it pulled back. It just consolidated. I didn't really care too much for it afterwards. I just figured it was going to make the lower high and perhaps tank. Ended up re-breaking. So, hey, the more times it knocks its head on that resistance off of 350 at least, perhaps you could anticipate the bigger, better move off that price. And well, not only did we get it going up, but the reason it led to that to such a good squeeze, we saw about 110,000 share iceberg order on the bid. It sat here at $3.50. It popped up as soon as, the stock popped. So from there, it's guided this trade pretty nicely, Hoth. And, going into the open, forward be your next major level here. Just focus on 50-cent levels, whole numbers, at least otherwise. So, definitely bang my elbow there. Great trade, at least heading into the market open here, HOTH. And then otherwise, another good stock that we ended up doing well on, more from yesterday. And then also, if you have access to pre-market early, like at 7 o'clock, you were able to do well on this FRZA trade. In fact, actually, how about this? One of our students, Steve, right now, in on this right now live. He wrote to us at 3:47. So, yeah, I mean, hey, FRZA, perhaps will cover yesterday's move in our Traders Talk workshop as well. But shortly after 7 a.m., this ended up breaking out, made the re-break above resistance seemingly off of 340. But hey, just like we always talk about, folks, from Michael and certainly Steve, let me ask us here really quickly. Maybe not Steve. I don't want to distract him on his trade. When a stock breaks above resistance and it runs off of it, we'd like to think that resistance should initially look to become what? Right? So pretty slick entry from my friend Steve in the chat board right now. And hopefully this pushes back above the VWAP, right? The VWAP right now in pre-market is off of 363. I think that blue price there on the TradeStation matrix. So still has a little work to do. Good entry from Steve, though. We'll see if it ends up making the higher high soon. FRZA, we'll definitely put this back on our list here. All right. So again, we have a lot to cover here this morning, folks, with our Traders Talk workshop later on. Let's just go right from top to bottom here. Just scan the market here once again, see what else we have. We have a bunch of stocks coming off of news here as well, right? We had the Unity trade yesterday coming off of the Apple Vision Pro partnership news. So that'll be pretty active once again this morning. I'll probably need a water break in between here too. But GitLab and GTLB, this was a stock I was really interested in for this morning. The only concern on this is that it's not even the price. It's just the fact that it's pretty thinly traded. But now I'm making the move back up towards the after hours high that we just had. So GitLab, they're a big like coding type of tech company here. I was anticipating the earnings this week. If you're on our Instagram channel there or Instagram account, follow us there. And every Sunday evening, we'll look to post all the earnings going across for the upcoming week. And GitLab was one of them. So, hey, it pays to at least know what's ahead and led to a big pop, but hopefully a lot more to come on this trade after the open. Whether it ends up pulling back to make a lower high, or I'm sorry, a higher low and then bounces, or just pops right away, we'll figure that out. All right, there's our water break. Let's keep it going, though, here for the meantime. FRZA on our list already. We got a couple of cheapies here we're trying to skip over. TTOO and whatever that other one is. Zora, a little pop early in the pre-market, but completely pulled back. Pretty thin order book on this one. It was worth just looking at here. I didn't really take a look at it beforehand, so we'll pass now. PDSB, I was hopeful for this to make a better play in the pre-market, at least after 8 o'clock. It just really hasn't made that move yet. Hasn't tanked. So we'll take it, right? It's up big. Former runner. Actually, if you just see back from yesterday, it looks like this thing had a huge drop and is making a big recovery in the after hours even. Yeah, look at this. Holy smokes. This thing took a beating yesterday, actually. Dropped all the way down from like over 9 down to a sub 5 and made a great bounce here at the time. I don't even remember calling the stock out, to be honest with you. I mean, we were focused on a couple of other trades out there. Palantir, AI, Sophie, a bunch more otherwise. It wasn't the greatest day, but man, this actually could have been a really good opportunity. I didn't really see this. So, yeah, whatever the reason is, it's making a nice little squeeze up even higher this morning in pre-market. Still showing good activity. I just hope the order book fills in a lot more when the market opens up, makes it that much more tradable. But for right now, I'll slip this on our watch list still, the PDSB trade. Probably be towards the bottom. All right, we keep the good times rolling here, folks. Again, any one of us just joining us late right now on social, Fausto's out today. He's commuting back from Florida, but he'll be back tomorrow, I believe. So, tell you what, he didn't really miss too much, at least from yesterday afternoon. And then otherwise this morning in pre-market, the Hoth trade was really good. So he didn't miss out on that. That was a good one. But hopefully there's a little more to come here. And plus, there's always another day. So I'm sure tomorrow will be pretty good too. You got the V trade. This was actually up a little bit going into the afternoon. I didn't call this out really at all, but ended up pushing up a little bit more in pre-market here, up nearly 7%. I don't know if there's any news out on this stock. I mean, I guess I'll care to check just to see if there's any sort of catalyst. All right, so V, company launches wholly owned Aqua Sport brand. What the heck's happening here with all these I'm assuming this has to do with like electric boats, just off yesterday's news that we had, right? All right, this company is a designer, manufacturer, and marketer of recreational and commercial power catamaran boats to use for fishing, diving, water skiing, blah, blah, blah. So, the reason I just brought that up is from yesterday's trade that we had. I even forgot the ticker off the top of the dome right now. Oh, it was the FRZA trade. You got FRZA, you had CJet yesterday, and then this one here also, right? So Richard C. in the chat board saying V apparently even acquired 7 million shares of FRZA in Q1. That's incredible news there, Richard. I didn't find that just before, so that's great heads up. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll add this to our list then, right? If it's in relation to that FRZA stock. Tradable. Good book for right now. I'm assuming it's going to fill in even more when the market opens. So this is actually good for what it's worth under the assumption it fills in more. All right. So let's see what else we got here otherwise, though, on the gainer side. I mean, we're kind of dipping below 5% here already. We got Shopify up a little bit in pre-market. Not bad. Not bad. If you want to buy calls on it, it'd be a lot cheaper. Even set it for out the money. Probably get an even cheaper premium on it. But yeah, that's all I got from the gainer side here, though. Let's hop over to the losers list, seeing if there's anything looking just as good. CONL, it's hard to borrow. I got Tito's down big. Holy smokes. Coinbase getting wrecked right now. I know Mark brought this up earlier in the chat board. I honestly had a lot going on in pre-market with the Hoth trade, so I didn't really even have time to check. Let me just see what happens here with Coin. So Coinbase shares trading lower after the SEC sued the company in New York federal court. So there was news out with SEC against Binance, big crypto exchange, and their CEO by the initials of CZ. And that's what led to a big drop yesterday across the whole crypto market. Bitcoin, or Coinbase, I should say, was dropping for that reason. But holy smokes, again, a full lawsuit now against Coinbase, it looks like. So, for right now, Bitcoin hasn't dropped off too much more since in pre-market. I think it only dropped off like a few hundred points so far in pre-market, really. There could be a lot more to come. And if that happens to drop more, even if we end up seeing like some sort of bottom within the S&P or the major indices, this is going to outweigh everything. And Coinbase is really going to be a nice drop today. So already has, and hopefully a lot more to come as far as the drop. And we'll definitely put this on our main watch list here. I assume Riot Mara going with it. Riot shortable, Mara hard to borrow, but either way, I'll put Riot at least on our main list. All right, cool. So let's see what else we got though. Otherwise, a lot of talking this morning as well, so got to make sure I'm hydrated. CIEN, similar drop off here as well. Just pretty thin book though. I'm not really too impressed with the book. There's our Riot trade down big. It's on our list now. CLSK, I think this has to do with crypto mining, if I'm not mistaken. EV related company, but they actually have something to do with crypto mining. But nevertheless, they're not really like a great short right now. All right, folks. So current time is 9:12. We're making pretty good use of time even, so we're not really too rushed. If there's anything up or down, let me know here. If there's anything looking good just inside the chat boards, type away. Great heads up from Richard on the V News, at least. Dave saying GitLab is used with ChatGPT AI. Exactly. That's what I assumed. I just didn't really want to speak out of pocket with that. There's the whole GitLab and Git code, right? A little bit above my personal pay grade, but that's as far as I know, at least. Sam says PLTR is holding. I'll take a look at Palantir. Don't mind looking at Palantir pretty much any day. It's up like 1%, building a bit of a pennant. If you do well on Palantir like day over day, then you know who you are. Then put it on your personal watch list. Otherwise, there's other stocks out there, I feel. That's all. You could say the same on Sophie. You could say the same on PacWest. That's all. All tradable, but not really making the best move. Out of those three, Palantir is the best out of those three. But yeah, I like our list for right now, folks. We got a decent one here. We got 7 stocks to work with, not too big of a watch list. We got a couple level 1 to 2s in there, and with like FRZA, Hoth, even Riot is not terribly fast. And then you have the more volatile stocks out there for a more level 3 trader plus. But again, folks, we have Traders Talk, our weekly workshop lined up this morning, just directly inside our live trading room. You don't need to click a link to be a part of it, so long as you are there right now. So for like John and Sam and any of our trial members right now, if you're inside the live trading room, just stay put. And we have a whole morning of audio ahead, actually, coming up in about 15 minutes. I'll be back on the mic just for the audio commentary for the first hour of the day. Then I'll be back on just at 11 o'clock for our Traders Talk workshop. So that said, I got to refill up the cup here. But let me know if there's any questions, folks. Josh at c2trading.com is the handle. Once again, for all of us on YouTube, appreciate your participation as always. There's my email address as always there. I always like to post at the end of these streams. So if you wanted to join us inside our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the banner below on the bottom right there to get yourself set up. We look forward to having you there. But for Sam, John, Ron, and Kathleen, and Michael, and Lita, and Andrea, and all of us there right now, got to fill up. I'll talk to you all coming up pretty soon. Take care.